Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are down here with Blue Lagoon Marine to have a look at this rather lovely Nimbus C9 called Cloud9. Very much a Scandinavian commuter boat. Great access with the two doors, great deep side decks. So I'm just going to hop on board and we're going to have a look around the decks first. The nice thing about the side decks is, one, there's grab handles both ways. Two, you have access from either side deck. Right the way forward, you've got this lovely foredeck seating area. Underneath this cushion is access to the accommodation. And you've got this lovely Nimbus, beautiful teak folding table, like so. And under here we have the anchor locker, which is in there. Plenty of storage for fenders and the like, and loads of stainless anchor chain, and obviously a couple of buttons to control the anchor, and the anchor sits tucked dolphin nosed underneath. If I just stand up here for a sec, gives you an idea of the size and the scale of this boat, and the fact that the decks are exactly the same both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you go down. But before we go inside, I did just want to show you the sports exhaust on this boat, because there's a button on the engine controller where you can change the sound of the sports exhaust. So bear with me, I'm just going to sit myself down here, get the owner to fire the engine up, and we'll have a listen. That's sports exhaust. That's normal exhaust. Now that is going to give you something in the region of 36 knots flat out. It's a twin step hull, but anywhere probably between 23-26 knots is going to be a good cruising speed. But once you get over the hump, the fuel burn pretty much doesn't change. Stainless boarding ladder down here, a couple of lockers both sides, and these really nifty sea gates. So these are basically little gates. You can see that one over there is open, designed to keep everybody on board. A rope blocker in there. There's another locker over there exactly the same, and on the back here we've got an aft facing seat and this massive great big glass window, and incredibly deep decent side decks. So very, very supporting boat to walk around on both sides. I'm just going to pop this cover off here, because under here we have quite a clever double function locker, let's call it that. So that lifts up like so, and in there you'll see really decent sized storage bin. Now you have to bear with me for a sec, because I'm going to lift this out. Put that down there like so, and then in here underneath that locker is access to the batteries, the loo pump, fuel filters, and lots of additional space that if you didn't lift that section out you wouldn't know. Oh look, here you go, here's the swim shower in there as well. So yeah, masses and masses amount of space. Right, bear with me while I put that back. There you go, that's back. Drop that down, catch it back off. Just to leave everything neat and tidy, we'll put the cushion back. Oh, that little locker down there, by the way, that's for your gas cooker, gas canister for your cooker. We'll head forward first along this incredible sidewalk with this big door, great grab rails. We'll go into the saloon. You'll notice at the back there's a decent size C-shaped rod of seating. You'll also notice there's a footrest down there, and underneath here, for starters, there's storage, generally speaking, under the void under the seat. But also underneath here is another locker which you can lift up, and in there you have access to the hot water tank, main trip for the 240 volt, access to the Webasto heater, and just a little bit of additional general storage, which is always great. You can never have too much storage on a boat. A couple of little lockers down the side there. And this bar, in case you're wondering, is a footrest. So the idea is you can sit at the back here, put your feet on the bars, and sit forward facing whilst you're going along. You'll have noticed there's a table down here. This is equally clever. So this table, you literally grab it, pull it up towards you, fix into place, and then you have a really decent size dining table. To fold that down, again pretty straightforward. Where are we? Lift that catch up and the table drops back down on a hydraulic ram out the way, like so. So there's two doors, quite logically. There's the one we've come in, and then there's a second door on this side. Really simple. Pull the catch, slide the door open, and then you've got double access. So you can go in and out of either door for berthing, and it's really neat, as you'll notice straight out the door you've got the side cleat or midships cleat, and exactly the same on the other side. You'll also notice there is a massive glass panel roof in here. I'll get the sun out of the way. So a big section at the back, front section we've got open here, and to close it, really simple. There we go, that bar slides all the way forwards and it shuts like so. And then there are these two blinds that run right the way across both sides. If it's a really hot and sunny day, you can cover it, keep the sun out by pulling the blind across, but it's a bit of a grey old day today, so we're going to leave it open. You'll also notice there's two helm seats. These are really neat as well, simply because they've both got bolsters. They're very much sports inclined seats, and they will slide backwards and forwards as well. Down underneath the seats is your control panel with trip switches, fire extinguishers, access panel in there, and a bit of additional storage underneath there. And if we follow it around the side here, you have your helm station. Zip wake system down here. So this is a self-leveling sort of trim tab system, really, using blades that works super efficiently. Great place to steer from. So you can either sit down on the seat, put your feet on the footrests, or stand on the floor. That gives you easy access to the throttles. Got the VHF radio down here, Fusion stereo, the engine control system here. And just for the sake of it, there's that sports exhaust button we were looking at earlier. Really good visibility of the Simrad GPS system. Slightly odd switch, but nevertheless you can't lock a bow thruster. That's your bow thruster switch. It also comes with the side power remote control system as well, which includes the anchor, I suspect. A typical Norwegian boat, look at this. So it comes with a defrost button. So if you're in here and it's a bit of a chilly day and everyone's a bit warm, those little buttons you can see at the front there will help keep the windscreen and the side windows demisted. So I think that's pretty much it for the cockpit area. The only thing we're missing is the fridge, which is down here. So you might think to yourself, that's a pretty small fridge. And on first instance it is, but equally if you look at the bottom section here, it goes right the way out under the side deck. So effectively that's my entire arm up to my elbow. A couple of light switches here for the deck lights and the saloon lights. So underneath here is an illumination strip, and there's two spotlights right at the back. Big, take one step back, big sliding door gives you access to the fore cabin, which is more spacious than you actually think. Beautifully lit as well, lovely finished in the wood. In this little canvas bag here is the Nimbus crockery set, so you've got the cutlery, the cups, the plates, knives and the forks. First step in, greeted on the starboard side by this door, which gives you access to a very functional heads. Not the biggest, but nevertheless it does what it needs to do. Comes with a Jabsco pump action loo. You can see over there there's a holding tank, moulded sink, bit of storage, mirror and a window. Everything you need from a loo. And also the entire boat comes with the Webasto warm air heating system. So shut that off. You can then see forward to the convertible berth, which is very, very deep. Again, quite nice because you've got ventilation through 2 opening port lights both sides. That's that big door there. So that opens up here, and you can gain access for an emergency escape, or just sometimes just to dump bits and pieces on board when you come on board. Another little light at the back there. There's storage all the way under here. In fact, the foredeck table we looked at earlier, that fits under there. I sit down here for a second, turn myself round, and you can see a little workstation here, and underneath there, if I just lift this up with one hand, you have yourself a little kitchenette. It's a stainless sink with mixer tap and a very neat single burner gas hob. Bit of extra storage behind. There's some additional storage underneath the step. So there you go. Pretty much that is it. So that is a Nimbus C9. Thank you very much for Blue Lagoon Marine for letting us have a look around. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. Do please like and subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time round. Thank you very much for watching.